So Durban, or also called eThekwini from Iteku, meaning bay or lagoon, is the third most populous city in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Situated on the east coast of South Africa on the Natal Bay of the Indian Ocean. So Durban is the largest port city in sub-Saharan Africa and was formerly named Port Natal. North of the harbour and city centre lies the mouth of the Amkeni River. The flat city centre rises to the hills of the Beria on the west, and to the south running along the coast is the Bluff. Durban is the seat of the larger eThekwini metropolitan municipality, which spans an area of 2,500 square kilometers and had a population of 4.2 million in 2022, making the metropolitan population of Africa's largest on the Indian Ocean. So within the city limits, Durban's population was 595,000 in 2011. The city has Stitch Lava. Hi, thanks for joining Stitch Lava. So within the city's limits, the Durban's population is 500,000 in 2011. And the city has a humid subtropical climate, which hot weather summers and mild dry winters. Archaeological evidence from the Drakensberg Mountains suggests that the area had been inhabited by hunter-gatherers millennia ago. Later, the Nguni people occupied the region. During Christmas 1497, the Gama saw the coast and named it Natal. So the Portuguese word for Christmas. So thank you for that, no problem. So Shaka, the Zulu king, granted them land around the bay. And in 1835, the settlement was named after Sir Benjamin the Urban, the then governor of Cape Colony, and became a borough in 1854. So Durban has a rich, diverse heritage with large Zulu, Indian, white, and colored population. Historically, it was a popular tourist destination domestically because of its beaches and warm climate. But in recent years, tourism has declined. Some notable places are the Golden Mile Beachfront, Botanic Gardens, the Art Gallery, and Natural Science Museum at City Hall, and the Tudor Style Playhouse Theatre, Ushaka Marine World, and International Convention Center, in addition to various architectural styles ranging from Victorian to contemporary Art Deco, left its stamp on many of Durban's buildings. So as of 2018, the metro area contributed to 59.9% and 9.6% to the provincial and national gross domestic product respectively. The main sectors were finance, community service, manufacturing, trade, transport, and tourism. Durban was one of the host cities of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, for which the Moses Mabhida Stadium was built, and is UNESCO's first city of literature in Africa. So archaeological evidence from the Drakensberg Mountains suggests that Durban has been inhabited by communities of hunter-gatherers since 100,000 BP. These people lived throughout the area of KwaZulu-Natal until the expansion of agro-pastoralists and pastoralists from the north. So the gradual incorporation. Oral history has been passed down from generation to generation by the Zulu nation, who were inhabitants of the land before European colonies. But there was no written history of the area until it was signed by Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama, who sailed parallel to the KwaZulu-Natal coast at Christmas tide in 1947, while searching for a route from Europe to India. He named the area Natal, meaning Christmas in Portuguese. So what else can I say about the city of Durban in South Africa? So there is people called a bamboo people. So in 1686, a ship from the Dutch East India Company named Stevenus was wrecked off the eastern coast of South Africa. And some of the survivors were made their way to the Bay of Natal, Durban, where they taken in by the Bamboo tribe, the Shlubi people, which was led by Chief Lang Ali Balele. So the crew became fluent in the tribe language and witnessed their customs. So the tribe told them that the land where the Bamboo people lived was called Embo by the natives, and that the people were very hospitable. So on the 28th of October 1689, the galleon Noor traveled from Table Bay to the Bay of Natal to face the surviving crew of the Stevenus and to negotiate a deal for purchasing the bay. So the note arrived on the night of December 1689, whereafter the Dutch Cape Colony purchased the Bay of Natal from the Bamboo people for £1,650. So a formal contract was drawn up by Lawrence van Swansbeek and signed with the chief of the Bamboo people with the crew of the Stevenus acting as translators. So the first European colonizers for Durban, South Africa. So by 1822, James Sanders, the king, captain of the British ship Salisbury, together with Lieutenant Francis George Farewell, both men being named Royal Navy officers from the Napoleonic Wars, were engaged in the trade between the Cape and Delgore Bay. So on the return trip to the Cape in 1823, they were caught in a severe storm and decided to risk the bar and anchor in the Bar of Natal. And crossing went well and they found safe anchor from the storms. So Lieutenant King decided to map the bay and name the Salisbury and Farewell Islands. So in 1825, Farewell, together with a trading company called J.R. Thompson and Co., decided to open trade relations with Shaka, the Zulu king, and establish a trading station at the bay. So Henry Francis Finn, another trader at Delgore Bay, was also involved in this venture. So Finn left Delgore Bay and sailed for the Bay of Natal on the bridge Julia, while Farewell followed 6 weeks later on the Antelope. Between them, there are 26 possible settlers. So, although only 18 stayed on a visit to King Shaka, Henry Francis Finn succeeded in befriending the king by helping him recover from the stab wound that he had suffered as a result of the assassination attempt by one of his half brothers. So, as a token of his gratitude, King Shaka granted Flynn a 25-mile strip of coast, 100 miles in depth. So, on the 7th of August 1824, they concluded negotiations with King Shaka for a cession of land, including the Bay of Natal and land extension 16 kilometers south of the bay, 40 kilometers north of the bay, and 160 kilometers inland. So Farewell took possession of his grant and raised the Union Jack with a royal salute, which consisted of 4 cannon shots and 20 musket shots. So only 6 of the original 18 would be settlers remained, and these 6 can be regarded as the founders of Port Natal as a British colony. So these 6 were joined by Lieutenant James Sanders King and Nathaniel Isaacs in 1825. So the Voortrekkers established the Republic of Natalia in 1839 with its capital at Pietermaritzburg. So tension between the Voortrekkers and the Zulus prompted the governor of the Cape Cod to dispatch a force under Captain Charlton Smith to establish the British rule in Natal for fear of losing British control in Port Natal. The force arrived on the 4th of May 1842 and built the fortifications that was later to be the Old Fort on the night of 23rd 24th May 1842. The British attacked the Voortrekker camp at Congela and the attack failed. The British had to withdraw the camp and which was under siege. So local trader Dick King and his servant Ndongweni were able to escape the blockade and rode to Grahamstown, a distance of 600 kilometers, in 14 days to raise reinforcements. The reinforcement arrived in 11:20 days later and the Voortrekkers retreated and the siege was lifted. So fierce conflict with the Zulu population led to the evacuation of Durban, and eventually the Afrikaners accepted British annexation in 1844 under military pressure. So Durban's historic regalia. When the borough of Durban was proclaimed in 1854, the council had to procure itself a seal for official documents. The seal was produced in 1855 and was replaced in 1882. The new seal contained a coat of arms without helmet or mantling that combined the coats of arms of Sir Benjamin de Urban and Sir Benjamin Pine. An application was made to register the Code of Arms with the College of Arms in 1906, but this application was rejected on grounds that the design implied that Durban and Pine were husband and wife. Nevertheless, the coat of arms appeared on the council stationery from 1912. The following year, a helmet and mantling was added to the council stationery and to this new city seal that was made in 1936. The motto reads, "De val principum melior fortuna equite." Better fortune follows a humble beginning. So the blazon of the arms registered by the South African Bureau of Heraldry and granted to Durban on 9th of February 1979. The coat of arms fell into disuse with the reorganization of the South African local government structure in 2000, and the seal ceased to be used in 1995. So, Durban geography is located on the east coast of South Africa, looking out upon the Indian Ocean. The city lies at the mouth of the Amgeni River, which demarcates parts of Durban's north city limit, while other sections of the river flow through the city itself. Durban has a natural harbour, Port of Durban, which is the busiest port in South Africa and the fourth busiest in the southern hemisphere. So the extent of urban sprawl, the Greater Durban agglomeration has experienced virtually adjoining surrounding smaller towns, has made the boundaries in the metropolitan area quite complicated. Durban proper, which is the main city, is demarcated by its administrative city limits, which are only as large as to include the city centre, the Bluff, Billiard, Durban, North Mobeni, as well as Mbogotweni, Athlone Park, Isipingo, Prospector, to the south among other suburbs. However, the eThekwini Metropolitan Municipality is an amalgamation of Durban proper and more than 120 nearby formerly independent towns and suburbs such as Amalantoti, Caterham, Chatsworth, Hillcrest, Khomashu, Inanda, Tongati, Pinetown, Queensborough, Umhlanga, Umlazi, Welland, and Westfield, among others, that have organically merged yet still retain legal boundaries. So the name Durban is commonly referred to by residents as not just the city proper but the greater Durban metropolitan area. It sometimes extends beyond the eThekwini to include Scottsboro, Ballito, and Guatakuza. Similarly, the term the Durbanite not only refers to people who live within Durban proper, but to residents of the greater Durban metropolitan area. So the climate change. In 2019, a paper published by the PLOS1 established that under representative concentration pathway 4.5, a moderate scenario of climate change where global warming reaches 2.5 to 3 degrees Celsius by 21, the climate of Durban in the year 2050 would almost closely resemble the current climate of Rwanda. So the annual temperature would increase by 1.7 degrees Celsius, and the temperature of the coldest month by 1.8 degrees Celsius. So while the temperature of the warmest month would be 0.5 degrees Celsius, according to Climate Action Tracker, the current warming trajectory appears consistent with 2.7 degrees, which closely matches the RCP 4.5. So Durban is culturally diverse with cultural richness of mixed beliefs and traditions. Zulus form the largest single ethnic group, which has a large number of people of British and Indian descent. The influence of Indians in Durban has been significant, bringing them with them a variety of cuisine, culture, and religion. In the years following the end of apartheid, there was population boom as black Africans were allowed to move into the city. The population grew by an annual average of 2.34% between 1966 and 2001. This led to shanty towns forming around the city, which were often demolished between 2001 and 2011, and the population growth slowed down by 1.08% per year, and shanty towns were becoming less common as the government builds low income. So let's talk about the Durban Art Gallery, located in Durban, South Africa. It serves as a repository of diverse artistic expressions from Africa and beyond. The gallery proudly showcases an extensive collection of artworks and crafts contributed by artists hailing from various continents. Its mandate revolves around fostering cultural appreciation and facilitating a cross-cultural exchange of artistic ideas. Situated within the same edifice, the building housing the Durban Art Gallery is a multifaceted cultural hub. In addition to the art gallery, it also accommodates the Durban Central Municipality Library, offering a wealth of literary resources to the community. Furthermore, the premises house the Durban Natural Science and History Museum, enriching visitors with insights into the natural world and the historic evolution of the region. This confluence of cultural, literary, and scientific institutions encapsulates a profound commitment to intellectual enrichment and the dissemination of knowledge within the heart of Durban's vibrant cultural landscape. What about the Moses Mabhida Stadium? This is where the FIFA 2010 World Cup took place here in South Africa. So the Moses Mabhida Stadium is a soccer stadium in Durban in the KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa, named after Moses Mabhida, a former secretary of the South African Communist Party. So a multi-use stadium, it became a venue for several events like bungee jumping, concerts, cricket, soccer, golf practice, motorsports, and rugby union. It is one of the host stadiums of the FIFA World Cup 2010, and the stadium has a capacity of 55,500, expanded to 75,000. The stadium is adjacent to the Kings Park Stadium in the Kings Park Sporting Precinct and the Durban Street Circuit used for the A1GP World Cup Motorsports. It includes a sports institute and a transmodal transport station. Now let's talk about the history of the Moses Mabhida Stadium. So it's there at 44 Walter Gilbert Road, Stamford Hill, Durban, South Africa. And the newly built stadium is located on the grounds of the Kings Park Soccer Stadium in the Durban Sports Precinct in the suburb of Stamford Hill. So the stadium had a capacity of about 62,760 spectators during the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Its design allows the stadium seating to be adjusted, 55,500 for local matches and up to 75,000 for events such as Commonwealth Games. It has two permanent tiers of seating. A temporary third one was added for the World Cup. So there are 120 corporate hospitality seats with 7,500 seats. So more about the Moses Mabida Stadium. The construction broke ground 2006, 18 years ago. It was built in 2007 and 2009 and opened on 28th of November 2009, 14 years ago. So construction costed about 3.4 billion rands. And the architect was Gurkan Mark and Partners. And then the somewhat reminiscent of the famous Wembley Stadium arch, the 350-meter long, free and 105-meter high span arch holds up the roof of the stadium. So the top of the arch rises to 106 meters above the pitch. So the arch represents the once divided nation coming together, inspired by the South African flag. The arch consists of a 5 by 5 meter steel hollow box and weighs 2,600 tons. A funicular takes visitors from the north side to the stadium to a viewing platform at the top of the arch, offering a view over city and the ocean. The south side features a 550-step adventure wall. On 24th of February 2010, the world's largest swing opened at the stadium, and the swing allows clients to jump off the fourth ladder run and fall toward the pitch before being swung out into a 220-meter arch over the pitch. So the roof, Mabida Stadium roof, consists of 46,000 square meters. Teflon coated glass fiber membrane will produce a translucent glow when the stadium is lit. These are attached to the arch by 95mm diameter steel cables, and the roof covers about 88% of the seats. Around the perimeter, 1,750 columns and 216 flanking beams provide the main support, and around the field, 900 meters of retaining wall stretches 8 meters high. A total of 1,780 precast concrete seating panels creates the bowl form. So there are over 80,000 square meters of floor space within the stadium structure. So over 100 columns around the stadium. So the height of the columns varies around the stadium, but the highest is 46 meters. So in total, 15,000 square meters of gates around the stadium. So a total of 550 aluminum fins fit between the main columns. Perforated metal sheeting was placed between the aluminum fins, which were required. Construction of the stadium was officially completed on the 24th of November 2009, and the first official match played was between Mazulu and Marisburg United on the 29th of November, with Marisburg United winning 1-0. So the major events in December 2015, the award-winning gospel ensemble Joy Celebration recorded their first outdoor recording for Joy Celebration 20 at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. 2022 Commonwealth Games. So the stadium has been scheduled to host the opening ceremony and athletic events of the 2022 Commonwealth Games, which was awarded to Durban in 2015. However, the Commonwealth Games Federation withdrew hosting rights in 2027 due to funding concerns. So the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban is planned to undergo a 236 million upgrade to enhance its appeal and functionality. The revamp includes a new sky car with the accessible cabin, increased wind tolerance, and a larger viewing platform with a glass air wall. Other attractions include a new big swing, sea-facing bungee jump, a zip line ending at the People's Park, and a dramatic views from the compression ring walk. These upgrades aim to boost the stadium's commercial viability, structural integrity, and visitor safety. These plans were revealed by Etric Metropolitan Mayor Silgaba. Construction is planned to start soon. Have you heard of the Amshlanga Lagoon Nature Reserve? The Amshlanga Lagoon is a 26 hectares nature reserve on the shore of the Indian Ocean at the Amshlanga Rocks, South Africa. The reserve encloses the Oranga Rivers Lagoon and Mount. So the forest forms a natural extension of the less accessible Awan forest, of which the greater part lies inlet of the busy M4 road. The reserve trail starts at the car park at the northern end of Lagoon Drive, Amshlanga. The reserve has picnic sites, the remains of a prehistoric shark, midden, and walking trails, with a walkway pedestrian bridge to span the lagoon. At the mouth of the Olanga Lagoon is a popular but unofficial beach. Increased use of the area by non-nudist walkers and families resulted in complaints about nudism and antisocial behavior. The area was once time a no-go area due to a serious crime problem. Shaka Marine World in Durban is a 16-hectare theme park that opened on the 30th of April 2004 in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. It has a total capacity of 4.6 million gallons of water containing 10,000 animal species. It was designed by American firm Creative Kingdom Incorporated. Shaka Marine World opened on 30 April 2004 after 3 years of development. In 2005, the park was awarded for outstanding achievement in thematic creative design by the Themed Entertainment. So Ushaka Wet and Wild is a water park inside Ushaka Marine World. Ushaka Beach is a beach which has direct access from the amusement park. It has sand beaches and a large pier leading out into the ocean. And Ushaka Village Walk is designed similar to an African village and includes restaurants, cafes, and numerous shops. Dangerous creatures now at Ushaka Marine World is an adventure for reptile enthusiasts and adrenaline junkies. A chimpanzee has the longest continuous belay system in Africa and is a rope adventure park. So yeah, I would urge you to go and see the Ushaka Marine World. It's a very beautiful, wonderful place in Durban, along the beach in the Durban's Golden Mile. So you must have heard of the King's Mead cricket ground also. It's a cricket ground in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, and the stated capacity is 25,000 people. Although grass terracing makes up part of the viewing area as well. The end names are the Amgeni End North and the Old Fort Road End South, and it is the home ground of the Hollywood Bets Dolphins. So in October 2019, the Hollywood Bets was announced as the naming rights sponsor to the ground, with it now being known as Hollywood Bets Kingsmead Stadium until August 2024. The venue hosted the first home test for the South African cricket team after readmission into international cricket, and also hosted the test against the English cricket team in 1939, which lasted from the 3rd to the 13th of March and was called off over fears that the English would miss their ship home. The first test match to be played here was between South Africa and England on 18th of January 1923, which resulted in a draw on the 5th day. So it has been renowned as a seamless wicket, and there is also a famous myth regarding how the tide affects batting condition, as the ground is quite close to the beach. Many batting collapses in the matches in the past have jokingly been blamed on changes in the tide. So on the 19th of September 2007, the ground witnessed Yuvraj Singh's iconic 6 consecutive sixes of Stuart Broad's over in the World 2020 match between India and England to mark the fastest 50 ever in any form of cricket. You must have heard of the Kings Park Stadium, also known as the Hollywood Bits Stadium. So, the Kings Park Stadium, for sponsorship reasons since 2020, is colloquially known as the Shark Tank. Is a stadium located in the Kings Park Sporting Precinct in Durban, South Africa. So, the stadium was originally built with a capacity of 12,000 and opened in 1958, extensively renovated in the 1980s, and then again in the time of the 1985 Rugby World Cup. It currently has a capacity of 46,000. After renovations reduced the capacity from 54,000 and is the home ground of the Sharks. The stadium is also used by Durban-based Premier Soccer League clubs as well as for large football, the finals. So it was previously known as the EPSA Stadium between 2000 and 2010, and the Mr. Price Kings Park Stadium in 2011 and 2012, and the Grove Point Kings Park between 2013 and early 2017, and Kings Park between 2018 and 2021 due to sponsorship deals. So 1995, the Rugby World Cup. The stadium was used as one of the venues for the 1995 Rugby World Cup held in South Africa. So the stadium hosted three pool games in Pool B. The stadium also hosted one quarterfinal with France defeating Ireland 36-12. So a very wet semi-final was played here on the 17th of June 1985 between South Africa and France. So the former name was EPSA Stadium 2000 to 2010, and Mr. Price Kings Park, Grove Point Kings Park, Johnson's Kings Park. And the address is the Jacko Jackson Drive, Kings Park Sporting Precinct, Stamford Hill, Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. So speaking of the Durban Botanic Gardens, it's situated in the city of Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. It's another tourist destination, and it is Durban's oldest public institution and Africa's oldest surviving botanical gardens. So in the whole of Africa, it's the oldest botanical gardens. The gardens cover an area of 15 hectares, 37 acres, in a subtropical climate. So the early history, the Durban Botanic Gardens was established to participate in the quest of Kew Gardens to establish a series of botanic gardens across the world, which would assist in the introduction of economically valuable plants to supply plants to Kew that were new to science. So the first garden was established in December 1849 by Charles Johnston on the edge of the Barrier Ridge next to the Amgeni River near Quarry Road. However, the death of Johnson's wife in 1850 caused him to resign his positions overseeing the gardens. So a Scot called Mark McCain then took his place and began to establish gardens of plants of economic value such as sugarcane, tea, coffee, and pineapples. In 1851, the Botanical Gardens were relocated closer to town to its present site. From 1853 to 1860, there were various curators, and the most notable of which was Robert Plant, who died of malaria while collecting plants near Lake St. Lucia. McKenna returned in 1860 and was a curator for the next 12 years until his death in 1872. So a German by the name of William Keith arrived from Glasnevin in Ireland to take over the curatorship of the gardens. But economic depression and a drought in the Anglo-Zulu War took its toll. So Keith resigned in 1881 to become a nursery man and was later Durban's first director of parks. So John Medley Wood was a local farmer and rural trader, store owner, who was self-trained botanist, took over the curatorship from 1882 to 1913. The Durban Botanic Gardens was said to have enjoyed its heyday, with support of the governor of the colony Natal, Sir Henry Brewer, who shared a keen interest in the gardens. John Medley Wood founded the Natal Government Herbarium in 1882, which was at first a wood and corrugated iron hut, in which he organized the storage of over 1,000 plant specimens. He prepared about 13,000 plant specimens, many of which were distributed by exchange, and only about 6,000 of these specimens remain in the collection of today's more than 100 specimens. Collections at the Durban Botanic Gardens include cycads. So the gardens contain an extensive collection of cycads from South Africa and from other parts of the world. So the most notable specimens are those of Wood's cycads. In 1992 and 1993, the cycads were rearranged to represent their geographic distribution. Right, so there's also ferns. So John Medley Wood was an avid collector of ferns and published a popular description of the Natal fern in 1877 and the classification of ferns in 1879. So as of 2010, the Durban Botanic Gardens has a collection of ferns, many of which grow in the section of the gardens called the fern dell. So the collection consists of both local and exotic species. The orchid collection first began in 1981 and was moved to the Ernest Stock Orchid Museum, Orchid House in 1962, and since 2010 consists of more than 9,000 plants, including Cattleya, Phalaenopsis, and Vanda, which are put on display in the Orchid House when in bloom, mostly in spring and autumn. Bromeliads. So some of the first bromeliads, discounting the pineapples of 1850, may have been received by Medley at the gardens in 1885. So various species of bromeliads grow in mass planting in the gardens, and some are placed in the orchid's house, displayed during winter and summer when fewer orchids are in bloom. Trees, there are at least 1,304 individual trees and about 917 palms growing in the Durban Botanical Gardens.